We're going to reacting to this video, and expose some truth.
He said there was nothing in the Tanakh at all that would be evidence of an oral law.
You know, it's a very strange thing to say that there's no oral law in the Tanakh when the very vowels that go beneath the letters are all oral Torah.
Okay.
All right, let's hear what he's going to say. He's now going to try to debunk and say there's no hint at the oral Torah in the actual Torah. Go.
So this man is so effective at debating Christians with facts and logic, except his facts and logic leave when it comes to defending Orthodox Judaism.
Okay, so you agree that he's great at defending Judaism against Christianity, but when he all of a sudden starts saying how Judaism is more than the Judaism you want, in other words, doesn't just include some written things there in the Torah, then all of a sudden you dismiss him. So that just shows that you're trying to dismiss him because he obviously outlogics you. That's number one. Number two, let's see exactly what your argument is, and we'll debunk it.
Well, look, this is a complete lie. It's a very cheap response to a very direct criticism.
Hey, don't call it a lie just because you don't understand it. I'll explain it to you, don't worry.
That the oral law is not mentioned in the Tanakh, in the Old Testament, period, end of story. So for them to go ahead and pretend like there's this whole vast tradition of oral law passed down by rabbis, when that's not even in the Old Testament, is a very good criticism.
No, it's not a very criticism at all. And I'll expose you on a couple points. Number one, let's take the Nakudos, for instance. Okay? He's not saying the Torah talks about, by the way, there's going to be an oral law regarding the Nakudos. What he's saying is that the vowelization of the words is very important, because you could have two words that are spelled exactly the same. How do you know if the word is avar and aver, side and to pass? We have katzar and ketzar, which is short and harvest. So how do you exactly know when each word is what? So that's by oral tradition. But there are two ways to combat what you're saying. Number one is you're saying that you want to take a Torah with that oral tradition. Okay, then explain to me, what does tefillin look like? It says 4 times in the Torah you have to wear tefillin. What do they look like? It says you have to put a mezuzah on your doorpost. What does that look like? It says you have to wear tzitzis. What does that look like? It says techelis. What color is techelis? What does that look like? Without having oral tradition, you cannot properly keep the Torah. That's number one. And number two, you want to see where it says explicitly in the Torah where the rabbis have a right to enact decrees? It says it twice in Deuteronomy. Number one, you shall not add anything of what I commanded you or take anything away from it, but keep the commandments of your Lord Hashem that I enjoined you. Then it says again, be careful to observe only that which I enjoined you, neither add nor take away from it. So why does it say it twice? It says, do not add a matter to it that I have given to you, and do not sigra. Sigra means don't make it detrimental. It doesn't mean remove. It doesn't mean to minus. It means don't make it detrimental. You should watch it, don't add, and don't detract. In other words, don't make it reduced. So what does that mean? We can't obviously add commandments. However, we could do things to make sure they don't get detracted. And that's what these two verses are saying. The rabbis have the power to put guardrails around the mitzvos so that the mitzvos themselves are going to be intact. Sure, we're not allowed to go ahead and sit in the sukkah more than the 7 days of the decree that the Torah says. However, the rabbis couldn't act decrees to allow us to protect things like Shabbos, adding on hours to Shabbos. They could enact things to make sure we do not violate the statutes. That is straight out of the Torah. And there is one more verse. It says, you shall carry out all the instructions as given to you. The rulings hand down to you. Do not deviate from them as they announce going right or left. And this is saying to me, not only should you take rulings from a Beis Din, but how all the rabbis and how the authorities, they interpret the Torah, those verdicts, those laws, because our entire life basically is one court case to know how to keep the Torah. those laws we should not deviate. Therefore, the Torah is up to interpretation by the rabbis. We do have oral tradition, and it is right out of the original testament, the Torah. Any questions, let me know.